Professor Pamela Karlan was testifying at the impeachment inquiry, and we're now on day 7,312 of this inquiry. I hear it's going very well. And she said something here that made Republicans lose their minds, including the First Lady, Melania, angrily tweeting at her because Barron's name was referenced. But let's take a look and then we'll discuss.
Give you one example that shows you the difference between him and a king, which is the Constitution says there can be no titles of nobility. So while the president can name his son Barron, he can't make him a baron.
Thank you. The founding.
I think that's correct. And if I can just say one thing, I want to apologize for what I said earlier about the president's son. It was wrong of me to do that. I wish the president would apologize, obviously, for the things that he's done that's wrong, but I do regret having said that.
Thank you, Professor.
Okay, so she apologized right after. I don't know if that's because there was already a backlash over it, and that was much later in the hearing, or if that was immediately after. I really don't know. But I get the notion of don't talk about the kids of the president, especially if they're really young and they're not political at all. I get that. But she said nothing personal at all. She just said, oh, the Constitution puts limits on the president, so he can name his son Barron, but he can't appoint him a baron. That's just like a tangential reference to him. Is tangential the right word? Sounds like a really smart word. I may have nailed it, or I may have absolutely flopped there. I don't know, but, there's nothing bad there. There's nothing bad there. She didn't say anything personal against him. She didn't, call him out. She didn't do anything that was untoward. It's another good word. God damn it. I'm either on fire or a total idiot and misusing words. She didn't do anything bad there. It was really mild. There was nothing directed at him. It was just it was just an explanation of something about how the Constitution limits powers. That's perfectly reasonable. But the Republican reaction was to go nuclear, man. Nuclear. They went off skis. I went to the Fox News YouTube page, and multiple videos immediately after where they're all going, "How dare you, ma'am? How could you?" And it's you guys aren't even mad. Why are you pretending? Nobody's actually mad about that. Really? You're mad about that. No, you're not. No, you're not. It was just an offhanded reference. Are you not allowed to even acknowledge that the president has a son? Because that's close to where we're getting here. That's close. They're drawing that line in a real goofy spot, aren't they? To the point where, if you say Barron exists, no! Leave Barron out of this. Just not acknowledging he exists, that's nothing. That's nothing. Everybody knows he exists. Why can't you acknowledge his existence? Don't drag him unnecessarily into stuff, and don't make stuff personal, and don't go after him. But she didn't really. It was an offhanded comment. It's not a big deal. They're pretending like it's outrageous. And this actually gets to a giant difference between the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, is that the Republican Party, there is a concerted effort to strategize and pump out narratives. And when they decide on doing something, they overwhelm everybody and they do it. And the Democratic side is, as a general rule, massively disorganized and incapable of all getting on the same page and hammering something home. But it's hilarious to watch it with the Republicans, particularly when they're so off base that it's obvious that it's feigned outrage. It's feigned offense. It's so clear that it's that you're oh, so you guys really don't care about anything. You're just playing a game. And in this game, you can go, gotcha. But, anybody who actually has a functioning brain is going to watch that and be I don't think that was too bad. No, I don't. Now, I will say this, though. The final point is, but yeah, Democrats, you're going to get stuff like this. You want to know why? You're opening up the door to this because in your impeachment inquiry, it's been nonstop. Trump is really bad, and he did really bad things. He made a phone call, and the phone call was bad. He was trying to get dirt on Joe Biden, and he was holding up aid. Quid pro quo, quid pro quo, quid pro quo. And then they had some experts the other day go, I think this is impeachment worthy. Trump did something impeachment worthy. And the Democrats were like, ooh, somebody said it's impeachment worthy. Ooh. And by the way, at the end of every day for the impeachment inquiry, you have the Republicans do their oppo research on whoever the Democrats had testify. And it's always like, well, this dude was tweeting like 2 days into Trump's presidency about how he should be impeached. So why would you act like this guy's objective? He's a partisan hack. But it's vice versa, too. Whenever, the Republicans have somebody that pushes their narrative, the Democrats will go, oh, look what this person tweeted. This person was big on the Trump train and donated money to him and did this, this, and this. So it's all like, it's just a partisan hack show for everybody to watch. Where, the Democrats are acting like everything devastating, walls closing in, bombshell. It's another bombshell. And then nothing happens. And the Republicans, no matter what, nothing to say at all here at all, ever, nothing ever bad, wrong, nothing. And it's just like, I already, before the day even begins, I know how the day's gonna go. But here we are. This is the Republican effort, I think, to deflect from all the other stuff now. Where they can go on the offense, but to do that, they're feigning outrage over a non-story. And it's hilarious that... It's also hilarious that she, apologized. Like, you didn't say anything bad. Shut up. Shut up. The only thing that's bad is that your entire testimony is like, Trump's really bad. He did bad stuff. And again, you guys know the reason why it gets under my skin is it's never like the actual real serious crimes of Trump. It's always like the procedural stuff. You exposed another member of the club because you wanted dirt on Biden. You didn't give the weapons to Ukraine. That's so important to arm Ukraine. Like, it's always the unserious, Washington, D.C. bubble stuff they go after him for, so that's why it annoys me. But yeah, she didn't say anything wrong here, but she's annoying as hell for her entire testimony, so I hate everybody in politics, man. I really do. This entire impeachment inquiry is reminding me of how I just despise them all.